please, some of y'all just please tap into this podcast, and please comment and let me know how you taking care of 3 kids or 2 or at least 1, and where's this money? Like, just tell me.
Kids go through about
tell me where this money's at.
200 pairs of diapers in a month. 200.
That's why I don't.
That's like you changing your panties 200 times in 1 month.
That's why I'm going to get some parents that be breastfeeding their kids at like 4. Yeah, because she don't got no money for milk.
right. She producing
I be like, wait, he's
milk.
standing up sucking on the titty? That's crazy. Sean B, of course. I'm back on the mic. What's up?
How are you again?
Listen, I got glasses now, so I'm a little blind, but I can still talk, so let's do it.
Yeah, no, she's like seriously blind, you guys. Like, for real. First thing first, of course, we have to say thank you to the Hilton for getting us here once again. This is the Hilton in Nanuet, the Hilton Garden Inn. I want you guys to make sure you talk to Natanji, which is the general manager, or Francis, which is the sales manager. So make sure you guys tell them that Q Talks and Sean B sent you guys here, 100% Real Podcast. Let them know that you want to get discounts through us. We'll work something out for you.
We'll work something out.
Seriously.
I know y'all like the plugs and y'all like discounts.
I love my discounts. But of course, as we always do every week, we have a Black Business of the Week. This week, we are giving honor to a coffee and tea company, Black and Bold.
Yes, Black and Bold.
Yeah, they're sold at Target, you guys. Any Target, just look them up. You guys can actually get coffee,
I like coffee, so I'm definitely
from Black
try
people.
It. I like my coffee straight though, black, no sugar. So I want to try it.
That's how you like your man too? No.
I don't like too much chocolate. That's just a lot.
That's interesting. I'm into chocolate. Okay, well, that's another day for another topic for another day. But seriously, you guys, thank you. We also want you guys to just check them out. Let them know that Q Talks and Sean B sent you guys to Target to go purchase. Help our Black community. They said 5% of your donation goes to the youth. So that's amazing.
Help the kiddies out.
Yeah, seriously. That's about it. So you ready for this?
Let's get into it, because I got a lot on my mind.
All right, you guys. So this week's topic, we're talking about family and finance. Now, last week we talked about actually getting married, and the week before that we talked about Valentine's Day, but before that we talked about being an alpha woman. So now we're moving along.
Moving on, and we spicing it up.
Now you guys got kids, right? So basically the reason why I came up with this topic is because I saw someone ask a question. Would you rather...
You always come in here with some stuff.
You know me, I'm always reading and listening. Would you rather get married and never have kids, or would you rather have kids and never get married?
You know what? I did when I saw this in the email, I was like, this kind of got to be tricky, because it's like a hit or miss, right? Because you think of yourself as being so perfect, right? You so successful, you work hard, and it's almost to a point where we're like, okay, well, what it would be without having something other than me? Like, you want to see what you can actually reproduce, like a little mini you, right?
But
then you think about, I just want the kid to come out 25.
Just be ready to go. You don't want to raise them. Gotta put none of that. It's funny. It goes back to with your quote. Of course, everyone loved the quote. So did I. You got to cash it before you start splashing.
Yes, you got to cash. You can't splash unless you cash.
But what's the definition of cashing? Because my thing is, for us, when we said that, we're like, you have to propose and get married before we have kids. But now people are having kids and not ever getting married.
Right.
They're living at Oprah and Stedman.
During the time, everything has changed, because everyone has created this a little bit more of a selfish personality, where combining the things that you have to combine when you get married, who wants to do that? Like, if I'm a millionaire and you're a thousandaire, let's have a family, but I'm not giving you none of my money, and then they don't want to sign prenup. So that's where
Would you said they don't want to sign you gonna sign a prenup? if you talk about the bag, if you get all of this guy with the bag, he goes, Sean B, the only way I'm marrying you.
Got arthritis in my hands, honey. I can't write, no.
But no, it's really true, though, because if you really think about it, I'm not the type of person where, although I am, but I don't see myself making all this money, working this hard to have some guy come and try to take it off from me.
Like, what is life without a big diamond ring on your finger? Like, I mean,
yeah,
that's
you're
why
right.
I said, like, I think it's like, even myself, I think I'm a little, I'm pretty much like stuck on the whole social media idea of seeing these beautiful things or seeing these beautiful marriages or seeing, these beautiful weddings. It makes you want to have that. But then at the same time, it's only what you're exposed to, I'd rather say, because I don't have a lot of married people in my family. So
that's another thing. That was actually a conversation my best friend and I'm always having conversations with people, you guys. But my
I keep telling you have...
Like, people just
I'm your best
talk
friend
to
too.
me.
Fuck.
Sorry. So one of the 20 best friends that I have, including Sean B. So we were having a conversation because he got married about 3 years ago, and there was like a big uproar between his family and his wife's family, of course. However, when him and I were having a conversation, he was more upset at his family because he's like, I'm trying to make this work with my wife. I'm trying to figure things out because I don't have any examples. Like, I don't have anybody from your side where I can say, yeah, mom and dad was married for years, or auntie and uncle. I don't have anybody in my family who's been married.
No, that's true. Because some people literally, like, when they come from that type of family, their meaning of success is actually getting married. Like, that's their their focus and their focal point is to get married.
Seriously.
And if you don't come from that background, the choices that you'll make, it wouldn't be traditional.
It's more so what you see your parents are doing. For instance, honestly, I wouldn't mind choosing family before I think about getting married, only because that's what I was raised on. Everybody I see around me has had a family before they've gotten married. I have yet seen anyone.
But you don't want to change that? Like, you don't want to break the
But that's
curse?
the thing. That's why I now, as I get older, I'm like 30, still no kids. When I was like, my mom had me at 21.
Right.
Like, a lot of people had them really young. But the thing is, now that we're getting older, we're like, okay, do we really want to get married? What's the point of getting married? Because the divorce rate is so high.
Right.
You're like, do I really care about getting married? And plus, everyone's always saying, my mom says it, a marriage is just a contract.
It doesn't really define the love.
Exactly.
It doesn't really define who you are, what the relationship really is built on. It doesn't really define much. But there's some people that it really does define it. That's why I said, like, it's like literally a hit or miss with that. It depends on what type of person you're dating, who you're dating, what that person want, what they look at as being successful in a relationship. Because if you think about it, it's more so of the success of the relationship. Getting married is a success part of the relationship. As far as you going to college, you get a degree, you go to work, you get a check. So you in a relationship, you get married. It's a success part of
that makes sense.
You're in.
But what about? I thought there's a law in New York where or in the United States, if you're with someone for 7 years, you're automatically technically married.
Yeah.
So
I think it's common law marriage.
Yeah. Yes. So to me, I'm like, okay, if I could be with you for 7 years, I don't necessarily need to put this on paper. We're technically married.
So what do you choose, Q? You don't care about. You want to have that big belly with no ring on that finger.
Okay.
Don't send me none of them. Don't send me none of the pregnancy pictures because I'm gonna be like, what's going on?
No, I'm not doing it. But no, because honestly, I've thought about it. I'm like, okay, no, well, that I won't do. I'm not doing any getting pregnant before I get married. However, I'm like, do I really need to have kids now? Maybe I just want to get married and enjoy this single life and just really do everything that I'm doing. Because I think about my niece. When I have to stop what I'm doing to go pick up my niece, I'm like, damn, that literally put an anchor in my whole plan.
Once you have a child, the whole mindset would change.
I hear that.
Everything about you would change. You would start to experience feelings. You would start to experience certain nurturing things that the woman naturally have. It will come out of you. Things that you probably wouldn't even think you knew how to do. You would know how to do. So, yeah, it's a different experience from having nieces and nephews. It's more so it opens up a part of your heart. But we are on this earth to reproduce as women. That's what we're put here to do. So the reproduction system, it reproduces all parts of the human body, the emotions, the loving, the heart, the careness, all those things. So you would change.
That's true. Now, what about, there's a lot of people that I know, there's some people that I know where they say they don't ever want to have kids, where they prefer to just have courtship, have someone to die old, to get old.
I agree with that. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's a decision for you. But trust me, every woman goes through that feeling of wanting to have a child. I want a baby. You're gonna feel that. Mm-hmm. You're gonna feel that in your ovaries. Like your body starts to want to feel like it gets to that point. Yep. You know, like even when you start to have sex, or you start to have sex when you're past 30 and up. You feel different when you have sex.
Absolutely. Your body changes.
Different. You're like rubbing the man's back and you're just like, what the hell's going on? Like, you know?
Honestly, there's a study that shows, they said the only reason why our bodies can actually move is because how we're feeling. Mm-hmm. When you lean in to kiss somebody is because how you feel about that person. Mm-hmm. It's not your body is moving in to kiss the person. It's your mind. Your mind is is giving you those, it's like muscle memory. It's giving you those.
But I did at one point didn't want to have kids because I love money. I don't got time to be sharing my check.
Now, let me ask you a question about that. Would you prefer? Because I posted this.
I'm so confused that so many people having children. I'm trying to figure out where they finding this money.
Now, would you prefer money or would you prefer family?
Money. Money.
And the thing is, I'm not even mad at her because I posted this the other day and everybody in my comments were like, money.
Family
where's the 10K?
Broke.
They was like,
how the hell I'm going to take care of my family if I don't have no money? They banking on me right now. They think I'm going to be the millionaire. I'm over here talking myself to death. Podcasting, motivation, speaking at work.
You don't want to have a kid to watch you work hard to, like, you know, take on that spirit.
Listen, I said if I have a baby, it's going to be by mistake. Like, shit, I was drunk and it happened. I woke up and I missed my period.
No
and now I don't
words.
have no choice.
No.
That's how I look.
Words.
6 figures and going to the clinic like, yeah, I need to kill this baby. You know.
They honestly, they will look at you and be like, for what?
You can afford it. You know.
For what?
But I'm still trying to figure out how they're affording these kids. Like, please, some of y'all just please tap into this podcast. Like, and please comment and let me know how you taking care of 3 kids or 2 or at least 1. And where's this money? Like, just tell me.
Kids go through about,
tell me where this money's at.
200 pairs of diapers in a month. 200.
That's why I don't.
That's like you changing your panties 200 times in 1 month.
That's why I'm going to get some parents that be breastfeeding their kids at like 4. Yeah, because she don't got no money for milk.
She's producing her
wait,
own
he's
milk.
standing up sucking on the titty? That's crazy.
She's making her own right now. Like,
Sister,
Mom, I'm hungry.
You best to suck on his nipple.
Right? I ain't got no money. Better eat. Oh my God, that's so wrong. Mothers out there, I give you guys the power, the strength, because I can't do it.
Shout out to the parents. Shout out to the parents. I'm joking, but no, I'm serious.
They're probably laughing too because they're saying
like y'all really doing your thing. I support. I will send all my support and love to y'all.
Absolutely.
Shout out to y'all 100%.
Like, you hungry here? Burger or fries? Which one you? I can't. All right, so definitely money.
To the fact that I choose money. Q, don't come over here with that family bullshit.
But think about it. You do not want, like, you know, you don't grow old. You don't die with your money. Your money doesn't come with you. And who are you going to leave it to if you don't have anything to leave it to? It's not your parents, by the grace of God, will be dead before you die because you'll be old. You would like to outlive your parents. So who are you going to give it to?
Dead.
You going to give that back to the government? You know, they take that money as soon as there's no claims. They take it and do
somebody
crap
gonna
with
be
it.
there. I have sisters. Somebody going to have some kids. Like, what I'm trying to tell you is me having children is not a problem.
Okay.
It's just that I'm so into my success and so into my dreams, goals, and aspirations that I keep constantly putting off the kid. Like, okay, maybe next year.
Okay.
All right, maybe next year. Maybe next year. And I've been saying that since I probably was like 25 because all my friends have children. I'm the only one left without one. But I still put it off like, okay, maybe next year when I get the 6 figures, okay, man, we're going to try it. Give me 2 more years. So like I said, if it happens, it depends on the person I'm with, how much they want it, how much they, you know, how much I love them to accept what they really, really want. And that's kind of what you go through in a relationship. You go into a relationship and say, hey, I don't want to get married, but if you love that person and he's big or she's big on marriage, you're going to get married.
You're going to think about it, for sure.
You're going to think about it. So it depends, you know. Now, it's strange.
Tell me about it. That tells you exactly what day we're having, you guys. Life is strange, god damn it. Yeah. But all right, you guys, I did have another question. There were some people that were basically saying, all right, you had a kid, things happen, you're no longer with the father, but then you end up getting back with the father years down the road. Do you believe in, like, you know, you're with your baby daddy, then baby daddy disappears?
I believe when you have a child with the father and you guys break up or it doesn't work out, your mind is programmed to be with that man. It's some type of genetic connection that you 3 have, which is why I don't date people with kids. Because I just feel like you never going to get
that baby
over
mama.
You're the mother of your child. I just feel like it's some type of connection. Because when I come in, I don't even want you talking to the mother.
Nope.
And that means if you don't talk to the mother, then you ain't talking to the kid, which means you don't need to have a kid to be with me. Because it ain't going to work. I'm calling the mother to make sure little Ray is fine. Little Ray, if you don't get out and leave.
So that's one of the biggest things where it's like a lot of people are, okay, you're having a kid and then now you're afraid that nobody wants to be with you anymore because now you're considered a baby moms. And you're absolutely right, because whatever man you lay up and have a child with, you will always have that connection. Like, you will always want to be with that person, even if you move on. However, there are some relationships. Now, how do you feel like you're dating this guy? Let's just say it happens. You dated a guy that had a kid. You're dating them, and things are getting serious with you. Baby mama's creeping up in the background.
See, that's right there is when the other side of the Gemini come out. I've dated someone with a kid before, and it was a good learning experience.
Yes,
but there's things that would make me not want to do it again. Things that I had to deal with. Things that I had to adjust to. The father being involved, the father being around, the mother still having to communicate with the father. Even as far as like if emergencies happen. They have that automatic connection for emergencies, and I'm on the outside now.
Okay.
So it's a disconnect, and it will always be a disconnect, and that's something that you as a person have to accept.
One thing that I do see a lot is where I'll see people that are, they're putting up their gender reveal pictures or their paternity pictures or maternity pictures.
I like gender reveals, those are cool.
Right? But then 6 months after the child is born, it's like all of the pictures with baby daddy is deleted off the Instagram.
Yeah. Well,
so now
the turnover rate is high.
And that's where you start to really think about that. I can't with this girl. Turnover rate is really high, you guys. So make sure you're paying attention to that before you start submitting applications.
Don't submit no application. The turnover rate is high.
It's pretty high.
Y'all better stop playing.
So now,
choose wisely.
This is where my issue lies. Now, my question is, you had this plan to be with this guy. You guys had decided to have a baby because you decided not to abort the baby. You decided to go on and have this child. And then this man leaves you high and dry.
That is just a sad... I gotta lower the voice. That's a sad, sad day.
Exactly. Think about it. All of this responsibility, because this is what I'm thinking about, because I've been going through Instagram and realizing that a lot of my friends that had baby daddies beginning of the year, I'm a little questioning as to what's going on. But I don't like the fact that guys are disappearing instantly.
Yeah, but that's a different type of strength I personally feel like for a woman. I mean, it's either going to make her or break her. And at that end point, we move too impulsively in 2020. We think too fast and we think too much off of emotion and not more so of the statistics of who that person is, his background, how he deal with under pressure, if things go wrong, communication skills, stuff like that we really don't even pay attention to. We just so impulsive and so emotional in 2020, and we so desperate to be with somebody or be in something instead of just finding who you are and just taking that time out to learn yourself so that you can find the perfect person somewhat and be happy. but we just so, so stuck on just moving so fast. I want a man, I want a girl, I need this, I need that. The clock is ticking, I'm 30, I need to have a kid, this and that. And then since you all alone now.
Well, so there was something that I saw on the reel, basically. They were saying the reason why.
I love the reel. I'm coming for y'all.
Right? It was on Table Talk.
Competition.
It was on the Red Talk and the Red Table Talk, and then it went to the reel, basically about black men missing in families. And they brought it back to slavery time, of course, where they said that the reason why black men weren't really around, of course, they were taken as slaves. You would have a kid with a mother, and then you were taken, you were beaten, you were put to death because, black men are dying a lot quicker. So they said that's why it becomes like a norm when a black woman can have a kid and not have a father present. And that to me,
able to get through it because we've seen it. Because we've seen it. It's like a generational curse.
Exactly. They take the black man to jail, then the father is missing for like 30 years of the child's life, or they're dead, basically. So that's where I was saying with the generational curse, because Lonnie, there was like a big thing that happened with her. Lonnie from The Real. She's coming for you, by the way.
Coming.
She said something where she was like, no, that it's not fair for us to keep blaming it on the generational curses with everything that has happened. Now it's our black men, which is very right, needs to step up and actually be present.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of baby moms that are very angry and animosic. What's that word? Has a lot of animosity because baby daddy's not in the picture and they use the kid. They start to take the kid out.
Yeah.
You can't talk to daddy.
I definitely don't agree with that, which is why this topic is definitely a good topic, because when you choose finances, or you choose marriage with a kid, or marriage without a kid, or family, is what you define family.
Yes,
that's what I think is a disconnect. What do we define as family? When you realize that you define family as a child, or relatives, or outside friends, or co-workers, whatever you define family as, that is what you're going to make your goal.
Yes.
So the reason why a child is not a goal for me is because I don't define a child as family. I define family as people that I work with and do business with, people that believe in what I believe in, people that believe in my brand and believe in helping others mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I believe family is a universe. I believe family is deeper than reproduction of one's being. So when you define what family is to you, then you make that your goal.
Then it becomes whether we get married or we're going to have a kid.
Exactly. That's the answer.
That's the answer, you guys. So, gentlemen, I wish I had a guy on here. I wish we had a guy that we can actually talk to.
We're going to get a guy next time.
We're going to get a guy. We're going to get a guy guest, because I really want to know the mindset of, like, when you have a kid. Because some people don't realize when you have a kid, like, life really stops. However, it stops quicker for a woman than a guy. That's why some guys are okay with,
but that's
like,
what I want to change. I feel like, why do women have children?
We take on more of the barriers.
Stop? Like, my child will be on my backpack, flying wherever I'm going with me from the birth. I don't even want my child to have birthdays. Their birthdays is going to be in a country.
But are you the mother? Or are you the father?
I'm alpha. I run the show,
and that's what I'm saying. But it's so typical for women to just take on that barrier, that burden, where it's like, okay, this is my kid. I have no choice but to protect. Whereas some guys have that option where they're like, okay, the mom got them. I don't need to protect them for the next.
That's my biggest fear of having a child, which is why I'm 30 without a kid. I just feel I'm so scared of the whole shift of, am I going to still be the same? Am I still going to be this passionate and so driven with my personal life and everything? Like, am I going to just,
you won't have time
this,
for
like,
it.
mom and wearing like old lady bras and stuff? Like, I don't want to become that.
Well,
so
if you're breastfeeding in public every time
I keep putting it off because I'm like,
10.
let me get what I need to get so we could be all right. That's it.
So basically, that means bring her the bag first. No bag, no kids.
For the last 6 episodes, like
no bag,
episodes. If
no
not,
kids.
Just no splashing. If you're not cashing, and do not try to talk to me if you don't have some type of bag. And I'm not talking about the street bag. I'm talking about real money. Okay, 'cause y'all killing me. These people, these men out here that belong to the streets, y'all playing games. Y'all loving the streets more than y'all loving these women. Y'all got to let it go.
I can't.
Y'all women too.
Not the
I don't
street
know. I've been seeing women in the street lately too. I'm like, damn, you trapping too?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Nah, I'm not into that life, and that's majority of the people who's having kids. Honestly, it's always the street guys that are popping out seeds left and right. You know, you don't have money to pay for them. You know that little bit of money that you made today off the corner
Marcus
is
Garvey
gone tomorrow.
Marcus Garvey or Saks or well, they close Saks, so I'm gonna just go with somebody else's credit card is your 9 to 5. Like, come on, tell Jill thank you for them dumb Gucci shoes.
Well, well, let's fast forward. Now your kid is older, for instance. So one of the things that I'm actually really afraid of, so something really crazy happened in my neighborhood this week. So there was a stabbing at a library. And what it is that there was this gentleman, the security guard told him, hey, can you just put down the volume, whatever, put down the volume in his head, their headphones be blasting in the library. And homie came up the back stairs and started stabbing the security guard. All because she
was a female security guard, yes.
It was a female security guard.
Yes.
And in my mind, I'm like, I really can't see me as a parent sitting and watching my kid go to jail for doing something so crazy. And yes, I understand he had mental illness, and I know how bad mental illness is becoming nowadays, but to me, that's a little far-fetched, and that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, but I mean, first, I definitely want to give a big shout-out to all the parents that are raising children with mental illness.
Yes.
I mean, it has to be the most difficult thing to do, so I definitely want to give a shout-out to you guys. Hands down, sending all my prayers to you, but that's the biggest fear. You want to have a child, and you want to wish that your child come out healthy, and that the universe is aligned with your body and one's being, that he grants you a child without mental illness.
Yeah.
Because that makes the whole situation change. That makes all dynamics of what can possibly happen change. But at the same time, that can happen even with someone without mental illness. But it's all about who you are to your children.
That's true.
At home.
Absolutely.
It's all about
starts at home.
Where it comes from.
Yep.
And because I've seen children with mental illness, and they have very good self-control. Yes. They are not angry. They are loved. They are cared at home. And all of that is literally brought out into the universe. So to me, it personally feels like, yes, I am fear of that as well. But if you love and you raise your children the way they need to be raised, and give them that nurture and be there for them during their weakest points and their struggling points and all different angles of life that life brings. Drake said something really good, and he said in his rap, a lot of people were so big on when he had his child and he was keeping his child a secret. And it wasn't that he was keeping his child a secret. He just said,
he was protecting.
I'm not hiding my kid. He said, I'm not hiding my kid from the world. I'm hiding the world from my kid. Basically,
nice.
He's protecting his child from being captured by the world, because we live in such a dangerous era.
That's why I'm moving to Pluto, you guys. Oh no, what was it? Mercury?
Mercury.
I think they got Mercury, you guys.
Mercury. I really believe. I really read that somewhere. Somebody in science class
leaving
told
Earth
me
or going to Mercury.
One of these planets is going to be the new planet when Earth
Someone
blow up.
please let us know what planet that is, because I am ready to go.
Listen, I'm gonna be on God's forefront. I'm gonna be standing up there with my little white gown. I can't wait to go. People be saying that I say this. I'm not really excited to die, but goddamn, if I don't have to worry about getting dressed, and putting on fly clothes and looking good, and walk around naked with around some leaves and stuff, man, listen, take me now.
You gonna be with Adam and Eve.
Okay, take me now.
now.
I ain't got time, because this shit is getting expensive,
bruh. But no, seriously, like, that's my biggest fear. And you're absolutely right, where it depends on how the kid is raised. Everything starts from home. If you're not paying attention to your kid, of course, this kid is going to try to seek attention elsewhere. If you're not doing what the kid asks of you, they're going to go try to seek that elsewhere. My mother used to always tell me when I was growing up, where she even gave it as a speech for my Sweet 16, where she told me, she was like, I always give you jewelry, I give you diamonds, and I give you everything you ask for. So when someone else tells you they can give you what you've been asking for, you've had it already.
I do that now.
You're not going to lose your mind.
I tell myself I look good. So when somebody be like, damn, you look good,
I already did it. I already knew
I done told myself that 4 times.
Exactly. So exactly.
Thank you for your gesture, your kindly gesture.
That's it.
Listen. It's
all it is.
You have to really just teach your children.
Yep.
And anyone that comes in your circle, but for the most part, teach your children to love themselves. But you can't teach them to love themselves if you don't love them. You have to be obsessed with your child. You have to adore your child. You have to be in your child's life.
That's a word.
Men and women. It's not about clout. It's not about having a child with someone that has this much or social media or have this much money. It takes so much more time and more effort into that. And when you make that decision to have a child with someone, then you need to make sure that situation is aligned so that child can grow up and be raised the proper way, eliminated from the streets, don't even have an idea of what's going on, don't even know the negative part of life, that when he walks in the household that you have built, that you and your spouse have built for that child, is nothing but laughter, joy, and peace. Without that, your child will go left and go opposite, and whoever you date is a replication of who you will bring into this earth. So if you have a child with someone that don't have nothing and don't have the mindset and don't have that type of lifestyle that you want your child to have, then baby girl, you have chose the wrong one.
Delete, escape, run, backspace, all of that. Delete all of that and then start again. But that is that. Ugh.
So when you make a choice of marriage,
talk about she don't want no kids, but she know how to raise them.
You need to make sure that whether that relationship works or not, that man is going to be a good father, and that man is going to teach your child, whether it's a female or male.
They say that.
Teach your child the objects of life and what it means to live and the purpose of living.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Teach the purpose if you don't know your purpose.
Listen,
simple.
She out here preaching, but she talking about she don't want no kids, but she know how to take care of kids.
I'm drinking Sauvignon Blanc today.
Sauvignon Blanc. So she got the Sauvignon Blanc language on.
Last time I had a little champagne. But Sauvignon Blanc
today is different. But no, seriously, you guys, this is really, really interesting. Of course, we started out funny, we started out fun, but it all comes down to how your kids are being raised. And that's one of the scariest things for me, because I feel like I can do so much, but again, it's a community that's raising your kid. It's not only you. Your kid does have to go to high school, and high school is the game changer. High school is what's either going to make your child or break your child, because your kid could come home and have a great life at home, but if they're not able to open up to you, because my mother used to always tell me this, when I was 14, the first thing she said to me, she was like, if you can't talk to me, then you and I will never have a relationship.
Exactly.
And I was grateful to be able to have my mother like that, because I was able to come home and tell my mom, oh yeah, I have a crush on this guy, or this boy did this, or this girl did this to me. I was able to have that open lines of communication, which made growing up and going through high school a lot more easier and fun, because I didn't have to hide what I was doing.
Yeah, for sure.
As soon as you start hiding, that's when things start to go left, because now you start to become more sneakier and sneakier and sneakier, and you end up putting yourself in a situation.
100%. So it's all about the foundation. But
that's all it is.
As far as the whole point of this podcast, this topic today is, what is your definition
of family?
What's your definition of family? Once you define a definition of family, then you can determine if you choose either family or no marriage, or marriage with family.
Right now, I don't know. I'm gearing towards marriage, no family. What you thinking?
Nah, I want a family. I think so. As I'm getting older,
cashing before splashing.
As I'm getting older, there's no cashing before splashing. I do want you to have that good foundation, that good background, and at least have some type of ambition. I know how far I'm going. I know I'm big on money, and I'm big on being stable and situated in my life.
Mind.
But I don't definitely choose emotion. I don't make decisions off impulsive decisions and emotion. So I kind of gear towards away from that.
Okay.
So I definitely want to push that idea for you ladies. Like, don't make decisions off of emotions. Emotions is like money. They come and go, girl. They come and go.
That's it. That is it. Now tell everyone again, where can they find the beautiful Sean B?
So you guys definitely know you can find me on all social media platforms. I'm on YouTube, TTBEINC. I have my own website, www.ttbeinc.com. I book one-on-ones. You can book me there for events. You can also find me on social media, TTBEINC. You can see all my videos, everything that I do in the community. You can also tune in on this podcast to hear my beautiful voice every Monday. Q Talk, of course. I'm excited to be here as always. But yeah, just tune in. Look forward for my book, y'all, for real. Because I just spent $200 and I'm stressed. Just to edit it.
I thought she was about to say 2,000, you guys. But yes, of course. Look out. What's the name of the book?
The name of the book is called Innovative Voice.
Ooh.
It's very deep. It's very passionate.
Do you have a release date?
Mind. Not yet. I don't have a release date yet, but
okay.
I definitely, you guys will hear in the future. Most likely in June sometime, but you guys will hear in the future. And hopefully you come to the event and, hear a couple of chapters and have some good cocktails.
We're going to have a book read. We're classy out here. We're not out here throwing parties. We're throwing book reads. We're throwing, Martha Stewart's Vineyard events.
Call me Mopra, okay?
That's the name. Oprah and Mopra. That's what we're doing out here. But of course, as always, you guys know you guys can reach Q Talks everywhere and anywhere. It's funny, you always say your website, but I never say my website. It's qtalks.com. I never really thought to say it.
There, girl.
But yeah, everybody find me Instagram, Facebook. Again, I told you my LinkedIn is Q Josen. It's a professional site, so don't look for Q Talks there. But YouTube, our videos are up on YouTube. Please subscribe to both Sean B and I. We love it. We love the feedback. Let us know what you guys are feeling about this. Leave comments. Hit us up on Instagram, DM us, because we want to know what you guys want us to talk about, because we need more topics. So let us know. We're excited. A lot of people have been replying back to what we've been saying. So let us know what you guys want us fools to talk about.
We love you.
All right. Till later, you guys. Bye.